I was going to run that electric bike today, run the batteries down a little bit, but I'm not putting that bike away, so my wife's bike will never get run. So I'll probably run that out one of these days and drop it to 70%. But again, her bike really been sitting the freaking whole summer, and with the battery charged. I mean, we charge it all the time when she uses it, and she'll go months without using it. Women don't like the hot, they don't like the cold, so it's hard to convince them to go out. It's usually too hot, too cold, too early, it's too much work. Well, according to my phone, the temperature's holding where it is. I don't know if I believe it or not. Get up last night, 3 in the morning, and just check online, see if there's, you know, the 2 bikes that I got, if they dropped them, you know. They didn't. But, so they've been on sale for the last 2 weeks, for crying out loud. But I ended up the Lectric site this morning. I went on that. I got some stuff ordered from them because they have quite a good sale on accessories and bikes. But here's my corner here. But we're making it today. Yeah, I bought some running boards for my expedition. I don't ever have anybody on the back, but I bought the running boards because I run 2 batteries on that thing. If you guys saw the battery I had to pull apart there to get a warranty done on it, that's the battery that I run 2 of those on that bike. Well, sometimes I only run 1, depending on how far I'm going to go. But I thought I'd get the running boards, and I can run the batteries on the running boards. I would probably only do that if I was going to run the 2, so it would be balanced. But I'm thinking if I run them on the running boards, it'll bring the center of gravity lower, and that bike will probably feel a lot better because it does feel top heavy when you start putting all those batteries on there. You know, this bike's got the extra battery in the bag. I definitely know it's there. I don't know it's there when I'm driving down the road, but I know it's there when I'm moving the bike around. So I figured I'll drop the center of gravity on that thing and see what happens. Plan on next summer, I'm going to do some marathon rides on probably that bike, and I don't know, we might end up with a 3rd battery on this bike. Who knows? Do some marathoning on this one. It'd be if I added another battery to this, it'd be running 60 amp hours. Still won't beat the one on the electric that I'm running 86 amp hours on. I don't know if I could even run that electric bike out. I probably could if I could do the if I ran it on throttle, but not a throttle guy. I know some of the guys I watch ride. One of the guys, he throttles all the time, and he says he throttles because he doesn't want to be out of breath because he's talking the whole time. And I don't know, I'm not out of breath. I'm not killing myself pedaling either. I know, boy, I wish Dan, E-Bike Nation, was closer to me because he's a marathon rider. I'd like to do some rides with him. People think I'm crazy when I go out there and do 40, 60 miles. I mean, I go to work. They're like, hey, did you get out and ride? Yep. What'd you ride? Oh, 32 miles Saturday, and Sunday I did 42 miles. What? Really? Really? No way. Yeah, way. See, they don't know. If I was a car, she would have just gone. But they always try to be nice to bikes for the most part. But don't be nice to bikes, guys. Go around us. Do what you normally would do if pretend I'm in a car. I mean, I should be gracious. I say that all the time, but I don't like when people sit there and follow me, and because it forces me to hit these storm drains. You know, storm drains. That's the word I was looking for. These are some deep storm drains here too. Look at this one. That's down about 2 inches. You know it when you hit those. So my front camera's still flashing, so we're still there. Got to do the picture with this one, and then I got to add in that front camera a little bit so that everybody can see that, I guess. I've used that camera a couple of times and been disappointed because, I don't know, I'm assuming it's pointing at me now, and I'll get home and it'll probably be out in the front of the bike, but I spent a long time trying to make sure that it was pointing in the right direction and videoing it what I wanted it to, and hopefully it is. I can't tell you how much video I've done that I can't use because of one reason or another. Most of it is audio, and unfortunately I should have been saving all those rides, the actual ride part of it, so I could use it when I can't ride. Like I said, I'll do the picture in the picture with a ride, and we'll talk about other things. So I know I'm doing some whacked out things, probably, you know, a lot of people bored with. I got a video coming out on a bell and a phone holder, and it's a short video, but just keep in mind, guys, that there's people out there that are just starting out, and I don't know, they may appreciate what I got to say about them, and it's hard to come up with content to keep everybody excited. So if you don't want to watch about a bell and a cell phone holder, do me a favor, just hit the like button and go watch something else. So I do a lot of research, and you know, looking at algorithm on YouTube and all that stuff, and like Richard on Eahbike Reviews, he's got that store, and you know, he had people going to that store today, and so he can make a little money on it. It's an Amazon store, and I don't know what he makes on it, but the Amazon pays me like 1.5, 1.3, something like that. It's ridiculous. Right now I get a whopping 20 bucks a month if I'm lucky. So like I said, I do all this research. Most of it's through YouTube, listening to other people talk about their knowledge of what they know and stuff. So I'm reading about listening. So YouTube, they give you the ability to direct people away from YouTube. Like you're watching Richard's video and you go to his store, which is Amazon. So you leave YouTube, and YouTube doesn't like that. So that goes against you when you direct somebody away from YouTube. So that pushes your algorithm in the wrong direction. So it's a double-edged sword. You know, you want to make a little bit of money, and then they punish you for it. And you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess they got to make their money, but trust me, from what I have learned, they make a lot of money. I guess on these like I said, these commercials, you're not gonna, unless you're a guy out there with 1 million subscribers getting 1 million hits, you're not gonna make much money on commercials. But if you can, you know, between Amazon and maybe commercials and like I said, Rip On Outdoors there, I'm sure he's hoping to make a little bit of money. They're starting to trickle bikes to him. I'm sure that's helping out a lot. Depending on who you are and your abilities, if you're not a mechanical person, go to a bike shop. Get your bike down there, pay a little bit extra for it, have somebody to service the thing, and you know, someone's there to warranty it. You know, like I said, on these bikes, if it's not electrical, I can replace anything on these bikes. So, but the electric part of it gets, I mean, you can replace everything on this bike, but it's not going to be it's not going to work the same. I could get a different hub motor on the back of this thing, and but it's not going to work with this controller, and it's not going to work with this screen. So you've got to put a different screen on, different controller on. But at least when you do that, you can get parts for them. I ordered the running boards, and I also ordered a battery-operated bike pump. So it was 40 bucks, a little bit bigger than I wanted. But by buying it, I saved $10 in shipping, so it was actually 30 bucks. So I said, you know what? I looked on Amazon, they're all about 40 bucks. I got this technically for 30. It's a little bit bigger, but battery probably lasts longer in it. Kind of wanted it, I got a hand pump for the back of it, but everybody's running these battery pumps now. Not that I got a lot of spare room, but I do have this basket up front. I could run a tool bag up front here, and I have baskets for all my bikes. I don't necessarily run the baskets on the electric bikes, but I got them. I run the rear baskets. I almost bought another rear basket. They're a little bit bigger than a front basket, but then I figured if I end up running the, because I changed the basket over to my Expedition and my X Premium. I used the rear rack with the extra batteries on it. So I was going to buy another one so I'd have could leave the basket on it and wouldn't have to take that off. But then I said, oh, if I end up running them on the running boards. So I didn't order the basket, even though the baskets are pretty expensive and they were blowing them out for 40 bucks a basket. Let's see, well, what do we got? 37% on this thing. That's probably right on par where we've been. So everything's hunky-dory with this bike. Like I said, the screen's still on. I think at this point we're probably good to go. Though I've only got 122 miles on it since we put the screen on it. And like I said, the first one went away at, I don't know, 275 or something. And I don't know. I did notice that screen though from day one. Always, it flickered on the, first I thought it was the, you know, some screens you look at them with the camera and you see the flickering, and it's normal. And so I kind of thought it was that, but it was kind of random too. And then after the first screen went out, I realized that it was happening on bumps and stuff. So I got a, my t-shirt guys just sent a video to me. So I'm having new t-shirts made, guys. Not that you care, but I'm trying to update my logo to the new one with the e-bikes on it. Like I said, I started this channel, didn't really know where it was going, and it turned into an e-bike channel, so I had to put some e-bikes on it. I've actually considered dropping the DIY out of it, putting e-bike where that is. So it'd be Gary's e-bike adventures. And I might, I don't want to do any damage to my channel, let's put it that way. I got to look into it. I did a video the other day, so at the end you could put links in and a subscribe button. It's new to me, it's probably been out there for a while, but I looked into it, found out how to do it, and I screwed it up. Hopefully the video that's coming out tomorrow is probably screwed up too. Now that I know I got to do something. But the ones after that should be right. So we're at almost 20 miles. My wife's gonna be surprised I stayed out as long as I did, because she's like, oh, it's cold out, you're gonna freeze. And I said, yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of, just noticed I turned one of my gloves on yellow, one's on green. I got them both on red, which I think is warm. Let's see. My hands are great. These gloves work really good. Very happy with them. I'm happy with everything I bought. Like I said, my feet are a little cold. My toes are a little cold, but not freezing. My face isn't, it's cold, but it's like anything else, you get used to it. Temperature's still holding on, my phone's stuck. It seems like it probably would have got cooler today, but I do, I know I changed the front crank on this. Might have brought this up the last time. Might have gone a little too aggressive with it, with the 58 tooth, because I didn't consider the fact that this is a 26-inch bike. And I'm used to 20-inch bikes, and I probably could have gone with a 56. I honestly, I don't care. I run in lower gears on this bike. Of course, I'm also running slower too. I've been leaving it at 5 and running it around, you know, 17 to 20 miles an hour. So that's going to make a difference because I run the electrics a lot faster. I make a decision over the course of the winter here of picking up another bike in the spring. Those wired bikes, they're always running about 3 months behind on shipping, so they take pre-orders. That's why those things never go on sale. So yeah, I said the wired bike. They didn't have that bike on sale. It wasn't the wired bike that I was looking at. It was the Mokwheel. I forget what the name of it is, but it has a 1,000-watt motor on that. It has a torque sensor too, and I really like the idea of the torque sensor, but there's not a lot of reviews on that bike, so I'd be really hesitant on pulling the trigger on that bike without seeing some reviews on it first. The only things that are out there on that bike, I know when I bought this bike, that bike wasn't available. It either just got out there or they're still not shipping them yet. I'm not 100% positive. So the other thing, so what I did say on the Mokwheel, well, number one is, I know somebody that's had a bad experience with a Mokwheel, and it's the same thing. It comes down to the warranty part of it, but other than that, they like the bike. So I did see, so I said it has a torque sensor, but I saw a review on it that said that the torque sensor really wasn't much of a torque sensor. It was kind of like, still took off once you started pedaling. So they didn't feel it was really a true torque sensor, which is kind of weird. They think it was a torque sensor, but it had a pressure sensor on it. So the minute the bike felt pressure, it was whatever the pass was set and it took off. The other thing was, pretty sure that's the bike that they said, it might have been a Kepler too. I think it is the Kepler. The Kepler's problem, that the only thing that people bitch about that one is the throttle is, there's not much of a throttle there. No matter what you do, you just turn it on a little bit and it's full blast. So I don't use the throttle, so that doesn't concern me. But that probably means when I pedal, it's full blast. So still the pass you're in, like every other bike I got, except for my X Premium, which is a true torque sensor, and it's a mid-drive. So that one there, you know, when I use it, again, I'm only on a trail, so I'm not going 100 miles an hour, and I have taken it on the road quite a bit too. But you're pedaling on that bike. Not killing yourself, but you are pedaling. I tend to run the pass up higher in that one too, because of that. Wow. It's the second Mercedes that tried to cut me off today. All right, we'll go down this road. We're seeing a little bit more snow here. I don't know. I mean, it's strange because I work in a couple of towns over, and I got down there and they're like, "You had snow?" You know, it's strange how it doesn't take much distance to have the weather change quite a bit. So I remember saying probably wasn't going to be able to put 500 miles on this bike because of all the screen changes on it. I mean, I put 500 miles on this bike, but it doesn't show on the screen because I had to keep changing them. And after my four-way stop that I thought was a three-way stop, looking at that hill up there, I'd never seen that before. But he's running around doing their Christmas shopping here. Not Christmas shopping, Christmas lights and stuff. I just punched it up to get around that mail truck there. Sun's starting to drop too. What do we got? 3:24 right now. What do we got for time? 1 hour 30 minutes. So probably be losing the battery in my chest mount pretty soon, my neck mount. The battery in the GoPro here, that's the only battery I got, and that thing's gonna die pretty soon. So the last time I went out, I think I brought 2 for that. I honestly didn't think I'd be out this long today. I figured I'd wuss out a lot sooner than I did, but I didn't. which makes me happy because you know, I know I can handle it at 40 degrees. So we finally went from 41 to 40. So I'll tell you the other thing too with those wired bikes, the financing on them stinks. So you know, this Magicycle, I put this thing under financing because they gave me 0% financing on it. So why not use their money instead of using my money up? Every bike that I've ever bought, I get 0% financing on. So I usually pay them off, and I don't know. I think the electric bikes I paid off within 6 months, even though I had 2-year or 18-month loans on them or whatever. I just pay them off when I got the money or whatever. You know what it is. You make the payments and you get sick and tired of making them, so you just pay them off. Again, they only hawk them, I think, for 1 year, and there's, I don't know what they are, 8% interest or something. So I'm looking at the thing. So it's going to cost you like $225 a month to buy one of these things, and I just don't picture a lot of people shelling out $225 a month to ride a bike that they can't ride for you know, probably more than 4 or 5 months out of the year. It's like buying a boat. But I mean, I bought boats before too, and the boats they hawk for. So I bought a boat for I don't know, 23,000, something like that. I think I had an 18-year loan on that thing. So I'm wondering, these gloves, I'm going to knock these things to the blue. So I thought the red was hot. I put them on a blue though. I'm assuming the blue is cooler, but I want to find out. I'm curious. So I'm sitting here going along going, oh, this thing seems like it's going right along now. I'm doing 21 miles an hour, but I also noticed I had knocked it up in the past 6, and I never knocked it back down. So yeah, right down to 18.5 miles an hour when I do that. I forget what the percentage was the last time we were out riding. I got about another, if I had to guess, another 5 miles to go, which will put us at about 30 miles. I think we were 32 the last time and we made it. So it'll be, well, maybe the last time I had plugged the battery in too, but I thought we did 30 miles on it or whatever. I don't know. I did, somebody had commented on these Magicycles that the batteries tend to surprise you in the second half of them. So maybe that's the way their gauges are set up, which would probably be better for people. Instead, people go out there till the battery's half gone, then they turn around and head home, and they don't make it. Because the second half of the batteries usually don't last as long as the first half. And that's because the battery's at a much higher voltage when you start off, and your motor's working much more efficiently, and you're running that voltage down, it's not working, it's working harder, using up more. So it's just your power, your wattage, is a mathematical equation. It's your voltage times your amperage gives you your power. So when your voltage drops down, your amperage goes up to get the same amount of wattage out of it, and that's why your second half doesn't last as long. So these gloves on the blue are definitely, can you see that? I think the blue is the cooler because my hands did start cooling off. So put them back on red, and then there's green. So I had them on green for a while, didn't notice any difference from the red. I'm gonna knock it back up in the 6. It's starting to get cold. I'll go home. No littering, no dumping, $500 sign. I'm fine. You'd think it really matters to somebody that's gonna dump something that they read a sign and go, oh my God, I can't dump it on the side of the road here because, you know, they got a sign. Isn't that something that most people know? Don't put your trash on the side of the road. How's that a pothole? Imagine hitting that at night. The dirt in the road must mean a tractor has been up this road or something. I know this guy's got a tractor on this, it's got all this land on the right of me. Passed him out there before while he's cutting hay. There's the sheep, all the sheep out there. This guy in the house I'm passing here on the left-hand side, it's going by one day. The guy yells at me, but it didn't sound like he was mad. And so I turned around and I went back and started talking to him. He was just trying to get my attention because he's like, I see you right by here all the time and you're talking to yourself. And I explained to him that I wasn't talking to myself, but yeah, it's strange to have somebody, you know, I wanted to just talk to you for a second because you talk to yourself. Really? I don't know if I'd want to talk to somebody that was talking to himself if they truly were talking to themselves. Well, glad to see that my new tube held up. You know, you change something like that. I literally changed it and headed out. So I was like, I hope it doesn't leak. But I did put a little extra fix-a-flat in it. Like I said, the wobble's still there, but it's not that bad. It definitely lessened it. Oh, there goes the front camera, guys. So 2 batteries on the GoPro. And we're still running on this this camera here, I'm assuming. It says it's still filming. So 1 battery on a DJI camera has outlasted 2 batteries on the GoPro. So let that be a lesson if you're interested in buying a camera. Like I said, they're about the same money. And as far as I'm concerned, the DJI's got it all over the GoPro right now. Down to 13%, but again, remember we knocked it up to 6. I think we'll hit the rail trail. I think we did it a little bit the last time, but I'll hit it. It's late enough out. Most of the time I go by here and it's so dark out that I don't want to hit it. Because it's much darker on the rail trails than it is you know, on the road. In fact, my wife was watching the video that I was doing when I was driving in the night there, and I said something about the rail trail, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know if I'd want to go down the rail trail at night." But she's talking about animals, and I said, "Yeah, I don't want to hit it because it's much darker." There's a lot of people walking around today, but I mean, it's a nice day. It's just a little on the cooler side. When I was a much younger man, I used to do a lot of walking at night, all winter long too. How you doing? Yeah, I used to eat my dinner, and then I had a lab, and me and him would hit the road, and we'd walk for a good hour or so. I used to live not on the lake, but I could see the lake from my house. I used to walk around the whole lake. Good exercise. I was in pretty good shape back then. I'm in a lot better shape now than I was a year ago, so. A little sketchy tunnel we go through, but this tunnel at least has headroom. This other one's on the trail that I have to walk the bike through. I tried riding it through and all you do is bang your head, so. Still a lot of people on this trail today. I moved my phone, I can't see the bell. They know I'm coming though. How you doing? He looked like he was very happy to see me, that dog. Most dogs don't like to see bikes, and he looked like he was really happy to see me. You know, maybe I did. No, I don't know. I'm trying to think where I was on this rail trail when I jumped on it the last time. I'm pretty sure when we turned left, I had gone right. But this is, like I said, it's a dirt rail trail. It's pretty much the same all the way. It gets worse in spots. I know the city takes care of this part of the trail. They come out here, they cut back the brush, they grade it. and fill in spots when it needs it. Some of the other places are, it's pretty ruddy, swampy. There's some rail trails that are just unbelievably awful that I've been down too, so. How you doing? So we got the sun right in our face right now, but at least it's still up. I got on this trail in the summertime, spring, summer. Rabbits all over this thing. We got a lot of rabbits up here. When I was a kid, say, I don't know, 13 years old, we had rabbits all over the place. And rabbits disappeared. And now they made a comeback. From what I understand, they reintroduced rabbits because of the coyote and all, you know, the animals that eat them. So they brought them back, I guess. And now we got them again. We got them all over the place. So. Yeah, it's another tunnel. You have to be careful when you come out of this one, because if you go flying, there's a road here. It's both one ways though, so. Always kind of cracks me up that, you know, people go off for a walk and they can't get off their phone. They got to text while they're walking. Cracks me up when people are food shopping and they got to talk on their phone the whole time too. I'm not that phone dependent, even though I love looking at. I like looking at my phone. My wife's always yelling at me to put my phone down. So another ride here. We're gonna make it. See, that's sidewalk here, but I'm not allowed to be on it, because this is New Hampshire. Yeah, this is a busy street, so we're gonna have to wait the light out. And if we don't get any cars coming to trip the light, we may have to run this light. So, hon, I ran that light because if there's no cars here, the light doesn't trip. So we're down to 12% on the battery, but we don't have very much to go at all. And let's see, we're at 29 miles. We'll be 30 miles when we get to my house. I did come down the rail trail to cut the distance a little bit. I knew it would. It's much more direct to my house than taking the road. So I took the seat off this bike to do the seat video, and when I put it back on, I dropped the seat by about an inch, and puts more of a bend in my leg when pedaling, but it makes it easier when I'm on a situation like that. When you're coming down a hill and then you hit a flat and you got to stop at the stop sign there, and the front tire's on a flat and your rear's on the hill, makes the bike even higher. I always know when I'm on that thing because I could barely hit the ground. But it's much more comfortable today by dropping in an inch. But I don't know. Kind of like full extension when I pedal. But at 11%, and we're turning up my my hill here. This is the one that we throttle up. So let's hit the throttle today. So we're at 10. We're actually losing speed today. 9. Now we're picking speed up a little bit, but it did flatten out a little bit. But yeah, this thing doesn't have the oomph in it at 11% that it does when we come up here. There's 900 watts climbing that hill though. So like I said, this thing's supposed to be a 750, and they claim this thing, I think is 1100 watts peak power or something. Never seen it past 900. I don't know. Maybe because the pass isn't up there. Who knows? I tried to do that pass thing once before and on the rail trail, and we ended up with the barrel's empty. Yep, they're empty, so I'll have to bring those in.